Right, so we're going to be talking about the crab scratch. You know, the one where you hit with all three fingers, or even sometimes four fingers, depending on how good you are. I ain't quite got there with the four fingers yet. I've by no means mastered this scratch, but I've learned a few tips along the way, which has helped me. Put it in towards my actual little scratch sessions. So let's get to it. I'll teach you a few things that I found helpful, and hopefully you can learn it just as well. Let's get to it. Right, so how I start this, okay, how I started, what I found helped was that you want to find a song, right, not a sample, a song. Long electro songs sort of have this. So I've actually got a sample now that I'm just going to play. So that's on loop, okay? I've got it on loop, so I'll just go on forever. Then what you want to do, what I did, was shut the crossfader, and all you got to do is start practicing hitting the crossfader with each finger. Here's the crossfader here. Okay, so how I have my hand is sort of like this. So when I'm hitting the crossfader, I'm hitting it sort of dead on. I'm not hitting it to the side like that. Okay, I'm not doing that. I am actually hitting it dead on. I haven't even got the music on, that'll help. This is kind of how I feel comfortable doing it. Now, if you're doing this and no sounds are coming out, it might be because your thumb is pushed too hard against this crossfader. See this? Your thumb has got to act like a spring. Not a lot of tension there, just enough to close it after each finger has hit it. So you've really got to practice the pressure of your thumb. If that's too much, you're just not going to hear it very well. And that's the habit I picked up. So just easing your thumb off a little bit. So if you do feel like you are doing that, you are hitting the crossfader. I had this same issue. Sometimes I felt like I was hitting it right, but like no sounds would come out, or just like the one click would come out. This was really frustrating, but I did find after I upgraded my crossfader that it helped a lot. This is what I'm trying to say. Like when you're trying to learn how to scratch, the crossfader you have can make a huge difference. So I'm using my mixer is the Trackless Z2. I am using a Innofader PMP. That plugs straight into this mixer. It's quite a lot of money, but when you look at the big picture and how much money you've spent, like say on your mixer or your turntables, it's quite a small price. It's a small price that can help like drastically improve your scratches. A lot of people will say, it's more for advanced uh, scratch DJs, which, yeah, in a way it is. That's why I've got one. No, I'm only joking. But if this is something you're interested in, why? And like I said, you spent all this big money on all the other things. What's like £100, really? In the long run. So I mean, the crab scratch was such a frustrating scratch for me, and a little tip that I did was actually air scratch. So I used to just, hit my fingers across my thumb. So even like if you're at work or you're walking about, I'd just be air scratching, you know, doing my thing. People think you've got a problem. They will do. They'll be like, what is he doing with his hand? At the end of the day, they don't know you're a scratch DJ, you know? So you keep on doing this, and trust me, it will have huge effects. So yeah, when I talk about like the innovator, that I found it helpful. You don't need one of them. You don't need to upgrade it. It's something that I just had the money for at the time. I bought it, and my crab scratches were just instantly better. I mean, there's pros out there that can scratch on anything. So me saying that you need all the gear, not necessarily, but it will help. Believe me, it does help. When you do feel comfortable with that, you can then load up a actual sample.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And just
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
you just play it, just use a sample, and then you can also just do it over a beat.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So yeah, keep practicing it. You will get there eventually. I did, like I said, I've been doing this a year now. That was probably one of the scratches, what I thought was the most frustrating. Just trying to get it down, but keep practicing and you will get there.